So, in addition to paleoplants and Gallimimus, Oviraptor, and animal breeding, yes, breeding is coming to update 15. Hello everybody, I'm the Naturalist Gamer and welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute and I'm here to go over the latest Prehistoric Kingdom devlog featuring all you gotta know about update 15. Now before we get started, friendly reminder that Prehistoric Kingdom is 30% off on Steam until July 11th, so if you haven't picked the game up yet, now would be a great time. Now let's get into it. So, originally slated for the end of early access, the Prehistoric Kingdom team has secretly been working on breeding since Update 14 launched back in April. Because breeding will be such a huge part of the game going forward, Update 15 is now slated to come out late August, with a player testing branch out in late July. So, keep in mind that everything from here down is going to be based on challenge mode, not sandbox. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. So, breeding in Prehistoric Kingdom becomes viable once the player has unlocked male animals through research. In order to have your animal successfully breed, there's going to be a number of factors that you have to take into consideration. First up being fertility. So fertility is going to be a new value that determines the maximum amount of babies an animal can have. This means that an animal with high fertility has the potential to have more babies, while an animal with lower fertility can only produce a few, if not like none. So yeah, let's take a look. And this is the max fertility. It's like this superhero sperm icon right here. So it looks like the maximum fertility this animal has is 38%. All right, let's keep going. In order to get animals with high fertility, the players are going to need to adjust the growth speed and maturity of their creatures in the nursery. The slower an animal grows, and the younger it is, the higher its fertility will be upon reaching adulthood. This means that players who take the time to raise an animal from baby to adult will be properly rewarded when it's time to breed them. So it looks like if you have your animal at the slowest growth speed and they go and you let them age all the way up, they're going to have the highest fertility. And it also looks like their offspring will inherit that fertility as well, so that's really nice to see. Moving on to breeding season and courtship. Throughout the year, each species has their very own breeding season. This can be seen through the Paleopedia or by looking at an animal's biology panel. So if we take a look at the Tyrannosaurus Rex here, it looks like its breeding season is going to be between July to September during the in-game year. And it also looks like this gives you a lot more information. So it tells you how long it takes for the incubation, the survival chance of each egg, how many eggs they're going to get, parenting, ooh, even the mating system. Okay. During this breeding season, adult animals have the chance to partake in courtship. While this might be simpler for some species, others such as Lilianasaura will have unique dance moves performed by the males. Oh, this is cute. So if you ever see that, I think it was paleo art by either John Conway or Mark Whitten, but there's like a Lilianasaura holding its tail up. Oh, this is so cool. I really hope we get more courtship rituals like this. This is awesome. Beautiful. I could just watch this all day, but we gotta keep going. Alright, so on to nesting and bedding. After a successful courtship, let's see. Oh, sorry. A successful courtship means that a female has been bred and has the potential to carry offspring for the remainder of the breeding season. In order to actually receive babies, however, the player must add specific modules to their habitats. So dinosaurs will require a nest, while mammals require a birthing bed. If the player does not include these modules in the habitat, the animal will never carry offspring, allowing players to selectively choose when they want naturally born babies. Okay, so you have to actually put down a nest before the dinosaurs can breed. And it's also nice to see that mammals will have a similar system, but instead of nests, they'll have birthing beds. Okay, let's keep going. Actually, let's take a look at these. So there's different size nests. So I'm wondering if, yeah, that's really cool. All right, let's keep going. After a successful courtship, the female will seek out a nesting module to claim as her own. Once claimed, she'll physically dig up a nest or birthing bed, changing its features in real time. Nests in particular can be built up into craters or mounds, while birthing beds have dried grass and leaf litter. Excellent. Oh, so this is the Triceratops nest, and it looks like it's a mound of like ferns and bits of hay. And then the Velociraptor nest here is just much more simpler. Oh, this is cool. So this is how they dig them up. Well, let's take a look at the Velociraptor nest first. Okay, now let's look at this. Keep in mind the T-Rex will build a mound-style nest in the final update. Okay, so this is just like a test, but oh, that's so cool. So it builds over time, or it builds in real time. It's not like He scratches, and then the nest just pops out of nowhere. I like that. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. Players can also select what species are allowed to use a nest or birthing bed before they're claimed. This makes it easy to have separate nesting areas for animals that share the same habitat. For example, this woolly rhino and elasmotherium. Okay, so you can assign what species could use a birthing bed. So that way, if you have a mixed species habitat, each species will be able to go to its designated nest. Okay, that's great. The next generation. All right, let's take a look at this actually. So this is what the birthing bed looks like. Whereas the nests are flatter, these are just going to be, well, the nests are not flatter. The birthing beds are flatter. Got it. All right, on to the next generation. Once a nest has been fully built up, eggs will appear. Each egg has a health bar and must be tended to by the parents or, in the future, vets. If the parents spend too much time away finding food or water, the egg health will drop, gradually killing the eggs one at a time. After the incubation period has ended, baby dinosaurs will finally hatch at the nesting site. Wonderful. Oh, look at that. I love the detailing they put into the eggs. Birthing beds work similarly. However, unlike dinosaurs, mammals are more resilient and less at risk of losing offspring. At the end of their incubation period, the mother will rest and deliver her babies on the birthing bed. Nests and birthing beds will return to their original dirt-like state or a short time after the babies have been born, allowing new parents to claim the module. Excellent. And so this is what, so this is what the birthing bed looks like. Oh, look at the little baby bears. So cute. So why go through all this? Why even bother breeding your animals? Well, it looks like investing into breeding is a great way to get your park rating up without spending thousands of dollars on cloning new individuals. It says here that animals that are born in a park have a higher amount of animal points than those that were bred in a nursery. Okay, so essentially animals that were bred are going to be more valuable than animals that were cloned. Very nice. This will especially be important come update 16 when the animals can finally die of old age. Ooh. So, breeding frequently asked questions. Why did you go with placeable nests and birthing beds? Compared to the other options, we thought that this had the best pros overall. Not only do they act as birth control, but they also allow players to design realistic nests or dens, especially how they want. And this will especially be useful for me because I love making realistic animal shelters, and I was slightly concerned that like nests would make that harder, but from the sounds of it, if anything, because of what how the devs are approaching it, it's going to make it even easier. What happens when animals with two different skins breed? Each baby will be assigned a random skin from their mother or father. All right. Again, I highly recommend you guys check out the devlog yourself, so I'm not going to go through all of this. But now let's take a look at the nests in details. So now that we know how breeding works, here's a quick showcase. So this is, I believe this is the Plateosaurus? Yeah, this is Plateosaurus. Oh, okay, so this is how the nest mounds will work. So there's different types of nests you can get. You can get this like crater one. Oh, okay. So there are also different different dirt textures, and I'm assuming it's gonna be based on what the painted terrain is. That's really cool. Oh, look at the eggs. Oh, so that's how the mound nest is gonna work. You're not even gonna see the eggs in the mound. Very nice. Oh, and they're even gonna have like cracked eggshells. I love that. We also have 4 different egg types, including ovoid, round, soft, and long eggs. And that actually sit on the outside of the nest, just like what you would see from dinosaurs like Oviraptor in real life. Each species can have their own egg colors, making them even more distinct. So these are the egg shapes. You have your classic egg, your round one, your softer one, and then your long one. And then you have different colors too. And what's really interesting is that there's actually fossil evidence showing that animals like Deinonychus had bluish green colored eggs. So that's really cool to see. Beautiful, beautiful. What's also cool is that the amount of eggs roughly depends on how many baby animals are actually incubating. It's not an exact one-to-one for technical reasons, but if your animal has a small clutch, it's reflected in the nest. And yes, Once the baby hatched, the cracked eggshells are also left behind. Excellent. Now moving on, we have our baby Gallimimus. These things look so adorable. Look at them. Look how soft and floofy they are. And I love that they're continuing the trend like they did with Velociraptor. They gave the Gallimimus pin feathers. So as they get older, they'll eventually develop like proper full-on wings. That's really nice. Beautiful. And then we have another look at the Gallimimus here, and I believe these are the desert paleoplants. Like the other animals in Prehistoric Kingdom, Gallimimus grows seamlessly from baby to adult. Even though we made the system, it always blows us away seeing it in action. Keep in mind, any popping scene below is not actually visible in game and at regular growth speeds. Oh, here, let's start from the beginning. Aww. Yeah, so that stuttering isn't what you're gonna see in game. But look at those wing feathers. Ooh, ooh. Do you guys notice that? Like the head feathers started to develop too. That was really cool. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to the tail fin either. That's wonderful. Love it. Oh, and this is one of the Gallimimus skins. I think that's Silver Spalding. Wow, it's crazy how far this game has come. Because this is what the old Steam demo Prehistoric Kingdom Gallimimus used to look like on the left. Now this is what it looks like on the right. Yeah, that's the glow up of the century. Oh, so for update 15, we're happy to say that grasses for desert, grassland, scrubland, temperate, and tropical have all been updated. The original green and dry grass have now been moved to coastal and boreal respectively. Excellent. So this means that each habitat is going to have its own type of grass. That's awesome. Please note that these changes will impact existing saves, so some habitats may require a repaint depending on which grasses were used. Okay, well, I mean, that's a fair trade-off. Now on to Mesozoic environments. For this section, we would like to highlight our environment artist Nathan, who spent the last 6 months exclusively working on plants. Finally, 32 species and over 200 variants later, this task has finally been complete. Whoa, so thanks to the addition, 22 new Paleobotany formations will be added in Update 15, greatly expanding the world map in the excavations manual. To keep things readable, dig sites now use unique icons depending on if they are Mesozoic, Cenozoic, or Paleoflora related. I love that. So let's see. It looks like, I'm assuming that the Cenozoic ones are going to be this paw print, and then the Mesozoic ones are going to be this dinosaur print. And then you have what looks like a ginkgo leaf. That's going to be your paleoplant one. That's awesome. And I love that they're separating it this way so you know like which plants come from where. Beautiful. And with that, let's take a look at our final Paleobotany showcase. So first we have the Mesozoic boreal, which is only just 2 species, a fern-like ground covering known as Aculia, and a coniferous tree named Athrotexides. I'm not sure I said that right. That's beautiful. The tree in particular offers a variety of shapes and even dead variations. Oh, that's awesome. And look at the Lilianasauras there. That's so cute. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, I'll look at them. I hope they add boreal to its biome requirements. And then we have the Mesozoic desert, which also only has 2 species. The first is the ephedra, a diverse plant that kind of looks like shrubbery or a tree. The second one is a particular mouthful, which I am not even going to attempt to. You know what? No, let's try. Welwitschiophilum. You know what? A win's a win. But look at that. So it's kind of like this agave looking thing. Whoa. Oh, this is going to be so good with the new dinosaurs. Since grasses didn't evolve until the end of the Cretaceous, grassland is a bit of a weird biome. We picked 3 species that fill the niche of grass covering in a habitat. These belong to the low-lying cycad, Zitenes, the fern Rufordia, and the grass-like Schizophrenia? What is that? Schizoopus? Okay, I tried. Beautiful. Look at that. That is so cool. Yeah, it is kind of crazy to think that like grass really wasn't widespread throughout the Mesozoic. And for the record, grass species did exist. I mean, palm trees are a type of grass. It's just that they were nowhere near as widespread as they are today. All right, and then we have the Mesozoic wetland with 8 species. Well, this was just, whoa, sorry. Why is it so blue? There we go. Look at that. This is just like you traveled back in time to Hell Creek and took a quick picture. This looks beautiful. Oh, yes, I love these. So this is a, for my upcoming Spinosaurus video on Nature's Compendium, I actually commissioned someone to do these plants for me, but this is a type of tree fern that took the role of a mangrove tree back in the day, because mangrove trees didn't exist back then. So it's really cool to see convergent evolution like that. Oh, look at the Dinocyrus. What's this? A new quality of life feature is coming in Update 15, which allows you to paint aquatic plants directly onto your lakes and river. Awesome! Let's take a look at this. Okay, so now it automatically paints it for you, and you don't have to like play this guessing game of if it's gonna plant or not. Oh, so it automatically stops trees too at the waterline? Yeah, see, respect water mask. Interesting. That is so cool. Yeah, so it says here, species like mangrove, cypress, and reeds will generate in water up to a certain depth. That's awesome. And of course, here's a new species, Oviraptor. Now, I feel like Oviraptor is the perfect animal to add, specifically because this is a breeding update, and as mentioned here, it's been misunderstood. Before they thought that, like the name Oviraptor means egg thief. They used to think that Oviraptors will steal eggs to eat, but now they know that they were actually pretty decent parents. Unlike most theropods, the toothless jaws of an Oviraptor are equipped with a beak and dentary bones, protrusions within the mouth that allow them to easily break down various fruits and nuts in the park. We can't wait to show you how this animal looks in game once we get closer to the release of Update 15. And onto the community spotlight. This is amazing. Acrocanthosaurus is my favorite like large theropod in the game, and this fan art right here is just wow, that is beautiful. And then we have a poor rhino. He got a bunch of sticks in him, but you know she's still trotting along. Oh, this is really cool. I love this. This must be it looks like it's a Spinosaurus habitat. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for reading June's Dev Diary. Yeah, guys, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. I am very excited for this update. Like, you know, we went in thinking that we're only getting Gallimimus. I don't mean like only, of course, but, you know, we thought initially it was just going to be Gallimimus and Paleoplants and a couple other things like animal AI updates, feeding enrichment, but now we're getting, not only are we getting all the Paleoplants and this new animal, we're getting Oviraptor, we're getting ground texture updates. We're getting a new update to the plant painting tools. And last but certainly not least, we're getting breeding in the game. That's awesome. Apologies for the awkward cut. My power did go out for a bit, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about the update in the comments below. I'm personally really excited to see babies actually hatching out of their eggs in the nest, and not just only being bred out of the nursery. It'll be really awesome to see actual family units in Prehistoric Kingdom. As always, thank you for watching.